The following episode may contain sensitive content. Listener discretion is advised.
Good morning, y'all. Oh, well,
Hello.
hello.
Rise and shine, T-Bone.
I know, oh my God. So we're recording. It's July 4th. Happy birthday, America. Get your shit together.
Literally.
So obviously, well, I didn't have to work today, so I slept a little bit.
Fun. I
know,
had to
I'm
work
sorry.
like a true American.
Aren't you proud to be American?
I'm so proud of being American. Actually, I'm not proud of being American. I'm proud of being myself, man.
I don't think any American should be proud right now.
No. Times
This
are
shit's
tough
Times are
embarrassing.
tough.
and embarrassing.
Oh my goodness.
How
Well,
was everyone's week?
pretty good, pretty busy. I feel like it's Saturday or Sunday, but it's Thursday? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
It's a nice
kind
little
of-
break
it's
in between.
Nice little break in between. I feel like I'm all over the place. I need to get my shit together. I need to get organized. But
America needs to get their shit together,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
it's fine. This is the American life, the American dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to get your shit together. It's true, though.
Did anybody watch Quiet Place?
No, I'm going on Friday. Did you?
I haven't. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to go by myself, I feel like, and I'm scared. Maybe I'll ask Andrea to come with me.
I almost went by myself. And my boyfriend was like, "Wait."
I'm going to have to go by myself, yeah.
Tracy.
Tracy,
We'll all go at the
you-
same time and we'll FaceTime and we'll be like watching.
right. We'll put the phones on the chair.
Yeah.
We'll all go by ourselves.
So we won't be alone.
No, but it's getting good reviews. I can't wait to go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait. I'm so excited. So talking about good reviews, because John Krasinski just had that other movie, If, and it got really bad reviews.
I saw that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw that suddenly they stopped talking about it, and I was like, let me go see the ratings, because I didn't go see it. I went to see Inside Out too, and I didn't go see If. And it didn't have good reviews. And, John Krasinski is a good guy. You can definitely tell. And he's really talented with the Quiet Place movie. And this movie's full of celebrities in the cast, and really good actors. So I was like, it's going to be great. And then I think the rating is in the 40s, which is so sad. I know. They said
wonder
something
why.
about...
Maybe horror's his thing. Or he
Well,
can try
they said
again.
something, it was like really like redundant. Like there was like things that didn't need to be explained, I don't know. I'll still watch it, may have my own opinion of it. And
sure.
but yeah, I want to go see Quiet Place this weekend. My boyfriend is out of town, so maybe I'll drag Andrea, but she fucking hates scary movies.
Just lie to her.
I know. I did that to Monica once. Like, I was like, hey, you want to go see this? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, it's The Invisible Man.
Oh.
And she was like, I didn't know this was this bad. And I'm like, I kind of loved it.
That movie was good. I
That
think
was
they're
so
I think
good.
they're doing The Invisible Woman, which
Ooh.
it's like a sequel.
I like
don't-
it.
But I'm like, okay, they have really big shoes to fill. Did you see that movie, Tracy?
I did,
Yeah.
and I liked it.
I liked
yeah.
it. I thought it was a great film. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Speaking of films, I saw the trailer to the movie called Afraid, It's kind of like, Smart House, the Disney movie? It's like a combination of that with Megan. So like Smart House, but darker for adults. So family living in an AI house and the horrors that come with it. So I just
gotta
saw the
look it
trailer.
up.
And
When does that come out?
I don't know the date.
Okay.
But it's not out yet. The trailer just came out. I saw the trailer to Trap, which is the M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I love a fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yes, I saw that trailer too. That looks really fucking good.
And last week we discussed Bridgerton, and we were talking about Queen Charlotte. I'm on the last episode of Queen Charlotte. Have you guys started watching it or planning on watching it?
I'll watch it.
I'm not going to
So
spoil
don't say-
it.
Okay.
I am loving it. Like, almost better than Bridgerton. Like,
Oh.
yeah. I really do like it a lot. I love it. Like, I'm so in love with that show. Like, I almost don't want to finish it. Because
I hate when that happens, yeah.
I think it, like, that's it. I think there's only going to be that one series. Because I don't think they can go any further with it because we have Bridgerton,
Yeah.
But anyway, if you guys watch it, I think you would love it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. That gives me something to look forward to because I have not watched The Bear yet. I will. Did you watch it, Tracey?
I've been watching it. I'm
Okay.
about to finish the 6th episode. It's
Okay.
so good.
I
Okay.
know
Love
it
it.
has so many good reviews already. Like Rotten Tomatoes already said that it's fresh. So I'm excited.
Someone told me that
to watch.
it still gives a lot of anxiety.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah. That it's like...
But it's still so good. I mean, the character development.
Oh, I love
Just
that. Take me on that journey.
Yeah. Pulls at
Yes.
your heart. I mean, I cried in the 3rd episode. Like,
Are all the episodes out?
yes.
Did they do that the last time?
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
Oh, I thought it
They
was
just
like
released it
released
all.
weekly. Oh,
No,
okay. That's better. Yeah.
I love when they
Okay.
do that. Okay, I'll watch it. But I gotta wait for Trey to watch it because he'll get mad.
We forgot to introduce ourselves.
Hello, everyone.
Let's start all over again.
This show
Hi,
must
everyone.
go on.
I am Giovanni.
I'm Tracey.
And I'm Nikki, and we are here to judge.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
An hour later.
Yeah.
That wasn't that
Just
bad.
scrap everything we just said.
No, we
Yeah.
just like to keep people on their toes.
Right. Yeah. It's like,
That's
when
all.
are they going to introduce themselves this time?
Oopsie.
We should do it at the end of the
Oopsie-daisy.
episode one day.
Just do it at the end. Just introduce ourselves and be like, okay, bye. Thanks.
What else did you guys watch? Anything else worth mentioning?
I mean, House of Dragon has got me on like a fucking chokehold so much that Trey and I started watching Game of Thrones again.
Shut the fuck up. I was literally about to start watching it this week. I was
So
like,
we started
like,
watching it,
I
then
was like-
found out that Tats is watching it too, like from the beginning. Monica's rewatching Game of Thrones.
I want to rewatch. It makes me want to rewatch it. And I was like, damn, should I go down that rabbit hole again? I've done it twice.
Well,
And I was like, I'm
they
about to do
do
it.
say a lot. Like in Game of Thrones, they mention a lot of things
Yeah.
from House of Dragon,
Right.
and you're like, oh. So it's just everything is connecting.
Yeah.
And it's just so good, you
I
know.
just
It's
wanna
such a good show.
Just want to skip through the traumatizing episodes. A lot. That show
It's fine.
caused me a lot of trauma.
There's some things that I'm like, ooh, I don't want to see that.
I can't wait for
And-
Tracey to get into it. Hopefully you'll get into it soon, Tracey.
Define soon.
4 seasons in.
Yeah. I will watch it.
A lot of
Four-
people
no,
like
4 years from
I've
now.
seen a lot of TikToks about the actor that plays Damon, and he was in
The Crown.
in The Crown too. I don't
Matt
think
Smith?
he's- Yeah.
I love him.
I don't think he's hot or handsome.
Oh, no, he's not, but I love him. He's a good actor.
I see,
Yeah, but everyone is like, oh my
Has
God,
the
he's
hots
so
for him.
hot. And I was like,
Oh,
gross.
I don't think
I don't
he's...
think he's hot
Big
at all.
nose.
I think
Yeah.
there's...
It's just-
I think he has something that's like sex appeal, but he's ugly.
He's sexy ugly.
Yeah, like he's sexy
Oh,
ugly.
man.
Like I think I'd fuck him. But
No.
That's not saying much. Sorry, Joe.
hey, if I fuck you, that's a compliment. I said I think I'd fuck him. He's sexy ugly. Like Benedict Cumberbatch, like he's not that cute, but actually he's gotten cuter as the years have gone by. Like him,
But also, like, he has a nicer face.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith is like, why are you angry all the
I
time?
don't know. Yeah, like he has a lot of wrinkles on his forehead.
Oh my God, we're gonna get canceled
Oh
for
my God.
talking about someone's looks.
I mean, sorry, they're not as pretty as we are. So
Although,
true.
you know what? Did you see the like top 10 sexiest men of Britain? Their list.
no, I need to see this. Where did you find that?
I mean, on like TikTok, a lot of people have been like, oh, with their grandmas and being like, oh, do you think he's cute? And like talking about it. It's unhinged what British people, like their standard of good looking and sexy is.
Is it like low? Like the standard is low?
I just want you to go and look at number 1 and come back and you tell me.
Oh no.
It's on TikTok, right?
It's on TikTok.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to do it
I think
afterwards.
on Instagram. Like you can just
Okay.
look for it, but it's crazy. That's everyone's assignment for next week. Just like go look at the list and come back and report because
Okay.
I'm
baffled.
gonna try to guess who's at the top of the list.
You'll never guess because I mean it's very British. Like I didn't know who half of the people were.
But do you know who number 1 is? Like if you see number
No, I didn't know who he was.
So it's
'Cause
not
he's-
rock
they're all
star.
big.
is it celebrities?
No. Well, for British standards, it is. They're like comedians. They're on their reality TV shows. They're reporters. Like they're
Well,
They're celebrity.
They have their own mainstream like media
right.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
I
so.
recognize 2 of the people. On
That's
the list.
it? And Tracey
That
knows a
was
lot
it.
of people.
So
Okay.
but you'll know them too.
Okay.
Like they are big here in the States. So
I'm looking forward to that
Okay.
list.
Me too. I'm like so curious now.
We got a lot of homework.
Yeah.
just a
Can
quick
someone
swipe.
remind me?
Yeah. Yes. I will. In fact, I'll send you guys the list. How
Please.
about that?
Yes. Okay. Great. Okay, so should we talk about what we are discussing today?
Today, we are going to talk about the Netflix film Hitman, starring Glen Powell, who is so hot, by the way. And
You know, I didn't find him like super attractive before. But then watching this movie, I was like, okay, I could see it.
he
So,
very versatile.
I think he's like pretty. You know, he has like a pretty face, but is he short?
Wait, why do you say that?
Because his forearms look so short.
Oh my god, this whole episode is going to be about body positivity.
That's a really
'Cause-
interesting thing to notice.
I did not know.
Well-
Yeah, that is so random. What the hell?
He
is
didn't
looking at
have
his
orangutan arms. I'm not
Okay.
into him.
Okay, so he in one scene he was sitting, and I don't know why. I was like, why is his forearm so short? You know, so I'm just gonna. I need to look up his height.
Look
now.
it up. I did want to also add before we go further is he wrote the movie as well.
He did. He
Yes,
co-wrote
he
it with the
co-wrote it.
director,
Right.
Richard Linklater.
Right.
Yeah, I
But
saw that in the credits.
I don't think he's pretty. I think his face is kind of blah, but I think he's so sexy. And when I first saw him in Top Gun Maverick, I was like, holy shit. Like, fuck my bones. Like, please. And now in this film,
Oh my goodness.
where he just kind of like has such a huge range and playing all these different
Oh my
characters and
god.
roles. Wait, you found it? What's his height?
He's like 5'7".
He's 6 feet tall.
I knew he was tall. He has to be tall.
With
Usually,
little tiny forearms.
usually
I
Hollywood
have
men
no
are tall.
words. And he has the same birthday as me. Guys, wait a minute. He cannot, like, why are his forearms so short?
You're gonna have to go back and screenshot that moment and send
Maybe
to
it
us.
was like the angle of the camera or like what he was wearing.
I don't know, because in that other movie with Sydney Sweeney that he did, the Netflix movie, I thought that he was short too there. I'm like, is the internet lying to us?
Maybe it's like the way his body's like proportioned, so he just seems shorter.
I don't.
He looks tall to me.
Okay, so I'm seeing a picture here, and he looks short in the picture. Like, he gives me like a Tom Cruise vibe.
Well, is Tom Cruise short?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, he is. Oh, I didn't know that.
He's like 5'5".
No fucking
He's tiny.
way.
Yeah, he's really tiny.
Are you
Tom Cruise
serious?
is like,
No wonder he's such an asshole. He's like a chihuahua. All the
Napoleon complex,
yeah, all the short ones are assholes. They need to
he's
like
also a
they need to,
Scientologist.
right? They all need to overcompensate for being so small.
I need to see this guy next to someone else.
She's going down
Okay,
this rabbit hole.
I need to get out of here.
Well,
Because,
Oh.
you know, and he works out and everything. I don't know,
Oh,
maybe.
he's got a nice body.
I know he does.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
he's, you know, he's definitely in shape. And he's a pretty guy, but he looks short. I swear to God. I'm not making this up. He looks like a short dude.
Well, I'd still fuck him.
This episode just be like everybody that Giovanni would fuck.
Yeah, maybe that should be another TikTok list. All the people
Yeah.
that Giovanni would fuck. That would be kind of cool. So let's get into it. So this is a film that he co-wrote, and it's a comedy. Well, I don't know if I consider romantic comedy, but it kind of is romantic.
But it's also inspired on a true story.
I did
correct?
not know that until the end. First of all, I don't know if you guys knew that. I had no.
They said it in the beginning. They said that it was
Yeah.
inspired by true events.
I saw it in the beginning.
Like, it's
I was
loose,
like, oh, okay.
but
How the fuck
Yeah.
did I miss that? I must have been looking down or something.
were you brushing Brody's hair?
Probably, yeah. So I don't remember that, but so it's a film about a teacher, young man who works on the side part-time with the police department, with the undercover cop, right? And then the undercover cop ends up getting suspended, so they ask him to step in and be
Well,
the
he does like the tech side
the
of it.
tech side of it. He's a
Like
nerd.
he's not in the field.
No, he's
yeah,
not in the field. He's a geek.
not in
He's
the
a
field.
nerdy guy, very nerdy guy, socially awkward, unattractive, because he wears glasses and plaid shirts, and
jorts.
and jorts,
Jean shorts.
jean shorts, and
That was the biggest crime in the movie. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
With the sandals and the socks.
maybe that's why he looked short.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why his ex-wife left him.
Damn.
And now he gets to step in, being this undercover cop where he gets to play these different roles and finds these different personalities that he can explore. And he kind of just falls in love with it. But
He ends up being really good.
he ends up being really good. Really good. So he has this secret side to himself because he's still keeping his day job as a teacher, high school teacher, while doing
Yeah.
this on the side and no one knows. But,
College.
college. Oh, was it college?
He's a college professor, yes.
Yeah. I gotta say, I think so I noticed while I was watching it, it was really hard for me to get into it because it was like 30 minutes building up the characters.
Thank you. Yes.
You know, I was
agree.
like, oh my God, like, why are we going around? Let's just get into it. Like, I don't need to see him talk to so many people that want him to be a hitman, you know, or like want him to be their hitman. Like, you give me 3 examples and let's move on. What's next, you know?
Yeah.
I think it took so long to get to the actual storyline of the movie. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I did not like the movie.
I didn't like the movie either. I think it was very redundant. Like that whole scene, like I think they were trying to bring up this theme that people can change who they are, you know, and become different people or whatever. I was like, I mean, that's what I took from it. I don't know if that's what you guys took from it. And like that whole conversation between him and his ex-wife. And I'm like, what is the purpose?
That was so long.
That was so long. I was like, where is this going? I was hoping that this was gonna like come in, you know, like again, like maybe
this was a full circle thing.
Bring us to a full circle moment, and it never did. And I remember I grabbed the remote to see like where we're at, and it was like already 45 minutes to an hour into the movie, and still nothing had happened. And I was like, where the fuck are we going? And I was a bit confused because this movie has gotten good ratings.
Really good
ratings. It's all over TikTok. It was all over TikTok before I watched it. It's been number 1 on the, like, you know, Netflix has like the top 10 trending films. It was number 1 for a couple weeks, and I was like, damn, this movie must be fucking good. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna come full circle. You know, I kept holding on. Yeah.
It was. You know, there were some lines that were kind of cheesy too, you know, and I kind of get it because I feel like they wanted to make it like comedy-ish, but it wasn't like making me, I would like maybe a small giggle or like a smile, but it wasn't, you know, like, oh my God, this is so fucking funny, you know. I also kept thinking, I was like, where have I seen this girl from? And she's done a few things, but then I realized that she's the daughter of Ricardo Arjona, which is like one of the top singers in like the Hispanic community in like Latin America and Europe. He's one of our favorites from like the 90s and early 2000s. And I can't believe his daughter is, you know, she's an actress now, you know, which is, I had no idea, you know, because I was like, she's definitely Latina, because she had like a little bit of an accent, you know, even the way that she looked. And I looked her up, and she's done quite a few things. And she's the daughter of a super famous singer.
I didn't realize that she was his daughter. I've heard of Ricardo Arjona, but I didn't realize that. She's very pretty.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Very pretty. I remember she's from Father of the Bride, the remake with Gloria Estefan and Andy Garcia, which I watched.
Yeah, and she's done something else too that it's like a little bit bigger than that. I think
Morbius.
You were gonna say something, Tracy.
Well, because you were talking about the comedy aspect of it, and I feel like it just didn't go far enough. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it was just towing a line.
Yeah,
but it didn't go all the way. Like, if you're gonna do it, commit and just just try to just go for it and be super funny.
I just wonder why it got good ratings. You know, like. No, seriously, and this is gonna probably be controversial.
Yeah, because and you're right, Joe. Because it's not like it got like an 80%. It's like high 90s.
Yeah,
you know.
And I think that the reason why it did, I could be wrong, but my theory is that I think it's such a straight guy's film. where.
Yeah. Oh, we can say the same thing about Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, where straight men, their standards are so low. They're like, oh, this is such a cool film, you know? This dude is, like, playing all these different personalities, and he ends up getting the hot chick at the end, but they killed someone, you know? Whereas it's like, they find everything funny and, like, entertaining and cool. And I'm like, we're like, hey, I'm a man, but I'm not straight. Where we're just like, the standards are way higher, you know? It's like, no, there's no depth here. There's nothing here. This is so flat. So I think, I don't know. I'm like Roadhouse, another film. Didn't that get good ratings too? I don't remember.
No.
Oh, that one got bad ratings. Yeah. Well,
Really bad. Yeah, but this one is like 96, 97. I was like,
that's why I said let's watch it.
I did not think it was good at all. I think also like the other characters that were like his co-workers or something, you know, the cops. It felt like their characters, yeah, and it felt like there was no purpose in those characters. You know, they kind of like talk shit a little bit about him. They're like, oh, like he's so hot now, like I will hang out with him. But it's also like you're saying it, and now because you're saying it, you're not letting me make this decision. You know, you're not letting me be in this journey by myself. I'm getting influenced by what you're saying. I don't know. I stopped it many times. I was like, oh, let me just do something.
I also wish
I'm gonna go take out the garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
Do laundry.
I kind of wish that they went in a little deeper with his characters. You know, like I felt like they were just kind of rushing through the different characters that he could play as the hitman. Like there was
I also wanted like really dark shit. Like I wanted the people that were hiring him, I wanted really dark stuff, and I wanted to know more about those cases and like people that maybe he did, because we only got that one case with the girl that he's like, you should not do this, you know. But I wanted more moments of him saying this is not right, or this is not your way out, you know. I know that's not his job. His job is to bring them in, but I wanted those situations of I'm in doubt here, or other situations that were like so fucking dark, you know. The one like with the boat, I was like, what? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I guess the whole point is like he ended up being really good at this because he was able to get people to be like, I need you to kill this person, here's the money. Like, it's all about getting the arrests. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that was fine. And then the whole point with Madison is like, okay, now this is a different case because she's in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh, well, she's in a situation that she's a victim and she doesn't know any other way out. That's why he makes the exception to be like, hey, take the money and just start a new life with that. Don't make this mistake. Because his whole goal is like, okay, how many arrests can I get? But for some reason, he turns it around on her and is like, go, get out of here. And then even like Retta and them are like, what happened there? And he was like, oh, I don't know.
I mean, 100%. Like, that was, you know, the whole purpose of the, you know, of the movie, you know, this one person. But I wanted to see more of, like, doubts in him in some of the cases. I wanted to see one that he was like,
what do I do?
Let's say, no, or he was like, oh, fuck yeah, this person deserves to be killed. Like, let's see, like, a pedophile or a sexual abuser.
Oh, you wanted it dark.
Well, like, if you're giving me hitmen or people, when you want somebody to be shot, not that I've ever wanted that, but you must be really fucking angry inside, you know? It can be... Yeah, it can be like, oh, you annoy me, but there can also be like, you know, really fucking dark shit, You know, it was too superficial. I don't know.
They wanted it to be funny, and it wasn't funny. Like, I think they tried to make funny criminal characters, and I'm like, none of these criminal characters are funny. Like, so it's
I didn't think it was a comedy.
Oh, I thought it was.
It is. No, you're right. It's supposed to be, but I didn't see it that way. I didn't laugh at anything.
I didn't laugh at anything. I didn't laugh at all. So I was like, either you go really dark or you go really funny. And they didn't go...
Right. That's what I'm saying. They sort of just skirted down the middle.
Down the middle was just flat. And I was just like, which way are we going here? What is the purpose? Which way are we going? I felt like I think there was one part towards the ending where I found it a little bit entertaining, where we find out that she was she wasn't really using him, but she kind of was, ish. And like he goes
I could tell.
I can tell from the beginning that she was in on something. I was like, oh, well,
then they're in the bathtub and she's like, I know we're not supposed to talk about this, but like if you were going to shoot someone, where would you shoot them?
Yeah.
And then you find out like her abusive husband got one shot right near the heart, because that's where he told her, if you do it, shoot him in the heart.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was dumb.
I thought the scene that was entertaining was when he came in with the phone and he was like giving her the lines. That I thought was fun. But that was it. Where I was like, okay.
I felt like the acting was really bad in that scene.
It was the only thing that I could pull in the movie that was entertaining.
Well, also because, it's a moment of, like, quote-unquote anxiety. But for me, the performances were so off that I was like, the performances were clouding the moment for me. Like, every time he kept going, he kept being like, I was like, no! Because the director of this movie, I think it's like an Oscar nominee director. It's a big deal. And I'm like, they just let it go like that, I don't know. I did not like this movie at all.
Well,
also there were
Go.
I was just gonna say real quick, I think my biggest issue with it was the ending. I hated it. And also that whole character of Jasper, like, he's an asshole, but they kept referring to him as a dirty cop, and I wasn't getting that.
Yes, thank you.
Like, okay, he had a temper and he like beat up some teenagers, which obviously that's totally wrong. But also, to me, a dirty cop is taking bribes.
That. Yeah, give us all that. Like, you're saying it, but you're not showing us. We want to see. We want to hate him too.
Yeah, he was
exactly
like,
because then it justifies what they do in the end. And I was like, just don't. Why do they don't kill him? Mm-hmm. Why are they killing him?
Yeah, well, he's like, the cops are not gonna miss him, and I'm like, really? Why?
And also,
I was like, what the fuck?
And for a person that has never killed anybody, he just like wrapped the bag and just like, I was like, this is too casual.
Yeah.
I'd be shitting bricks.
Yeah.
If I had to kill somebody to get out of, and we know his mindset was kind of like that already, because they say something at some point like, oh, he's kind of like fucking nuts. I don't know. I think he could have played that part, his role a little bit darker, so that way at the end, killing Jasper would have been that chill, but it did not feel dark enough through the whole movie, and then you just kill somebody like nothing.
It didn't make sense.
I think it was so casual too, and I did not expect the ending where they ended up being together, married and kids and stuff, because I thought, oh, she's a sneaky bitch. Like, there's definitely more history to this woman. Because she kills her ex-husband. She poisons Jasper. And then that moment in that when they're sitting on the couch and he's looking at Jasper, like, about to, like, pass out. And I was thinking, oh, this girl's trouble. She's not good. There's definitely some history there. Again, I thought it was going to be a full circle moment where they were going to reveal more about her past and how she's killed other people. And it wasn't that. I was like, oh, okay, she's just killing people like she's popping
accidentally,
pills.
I guess.
Yeah, like popping pills. And then, end up burying the body. And then they end up getting married. I thought that he was going to be afraid of her. Like, thought he was going to be like, oh my God, this bitch is crazy. I need to get the fuck out of here ASAP. No, he's like, let's go bury the body together and run away and get married. And I'm like, what?
Also,
and have kids.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
And then she's like Mother of the Year.
Right.
Too.
Oh, yeah. Mother of the Year. You're such a lifesaver.
I got the costumes. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, you're such a lifesaver, Madison. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go bake brownies, too. And I'll see you at the PTA meeting.
Oh, God.
Like, they made it... Like, I think they wanted to make her seem like she's such a dark, evil person with a dark past. But, on the outside in the street, she's such a, like, warm angel. And I was like, but there's not enough depth there. You didn't show that. You just showed
nothing was delivered well.
Nothing was delivered well. You didn't build us up to that point. Like,
Like, her character was confusing. Because in the diner, when he first meets her, like, I got it. It's like she's getting abused by her husband. She's probably scared for her life. She doesn't know what else to do. She's desperate, right? And then it's like the next time we meet her, and yeah, it's just sort of, I don't know, it went downhill for me from there. I was like, I don't understand who she is anymore. Because then she sort of turned. It was like, oh yeah, and I shot him, and now I'm poisoning cops, and I don't know. It's
so stupid. And that last scene, the last line when the kid is like, how did you meet Dad? And they were like,
right.
Like,
It gave
that's a big
gave Hallmark
secret. I'm like, just say I met in a diner. You did.
Right.
Like,
That's true. Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's such a big secret. Like.
And then the pie line.
Oh, all pie is good pie. What is that? I was like, I don't get it. Also, like, wait, time out. Hold on a second. I never knew that he baked pie. Like, all of a sudden, he bakes good pie at the end.
No, I think it was like every time he would meet one of the people that wanted to hire him as a hitman, he would tell them, like, I'm going to be at this place eating a pie.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
But it's right to miss it because it wasn't, I think they mentioned it once before and that was it. Like, there were many little things that I get really sad because it really has good reviews and I was excited and I was really disappointed.
That's why I was like, let's watch this film because it must be good.
People be raving about it on TikTok.
Who's paying these TikTokers to post these good reviews?
Wait, but Rotten Tomatoes, it's like critics,
So on IMDb, it got a 6.9. Right? 6.9, a 7,
Which isn't bad. That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's really good.
And then Rotten Tomatoes, wow, 95 on Rotten Tomatoes, and then the audience score was a 91.
I'm like, the movie wasn't that good.
Hold on. I want to read one of the reviews.
It wasn't good, period.
I mean, I kind of started out like, okay, like I'm intrigued. And then it was for me, it was like once their relationship started and he became Ron, that's when it just started going downhill for me.
Hold on a second. My theory was right. I'm looking at all these reviews. Jonathan.
Hold on.
Andrew.
I wanted to
Jordan,
say this.
Diego, Steve, Bruce, Pablo, Howard, Alan, Alejandro, Michael, Ryan,
Men.
Dominic, all men. All men. Hitman ascends into something special.
Oh my god.
To who?
What? Okay, Dominic. That's why. It's all men. All probably straight men. Has to be.
Yeah, no, it was really disappointing. I also kept thinking, like you were telling Trace that like it's when he became Ron, it started going downhill. I paused it at a point that I was like, is this movie going anywhere? Because they kept doing the back and forth of him being the quote unquote hitman and him in college and the whole conversation with his ex-wife. And all that was 35 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
You can do that in 10. Mm-hmm. You can set the character and set the story of him in 10 minutes. Quickly. You know, you can do a many hitmen. They don't need to have a line. We don't need to see a story. If you're not going to go in depth of the story of each person that's hiring him, then we don't need to see that shit at all. Mm-hmm. You know? Someone could have said, like, he's done 50 cases already, and I got it.
Right. And I think for me, that was my problem, is that I would rather have seen the movie of him doing the hitmen, like the personas, and going into that. I didn't care about the love story.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about
we
that.
Didn't need that.
Like, it's called Hitman. Like, I want to see that, which is more also, like, if you're going to base it sort of off of a true story, that is who Gary Johnson was. Like, give me more of that.
Also,
I don't care about Madison.
I also
wanted to say this about, and then you go, Joe. It started as the leading guy, Ron, whatever his name was, narrating the story. But then he wasn't. And at some point in the middle, he said a line again, and I was like, oh, right, he's supposed to be narrating this. There were so many little... I'm like, if you're going to be the narrator of your own story, I need you to be in it more, like the narration of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know, and it was so spread out, like sporadically, that I would forget that he's the one telling us the story. That is like his point of... I don't know. It was so weird. Joe, you were going to say?
That... I also don't feel that the range was there because, you know, he's supposed to be this geeky, nerdy college professor. Ugly, unattractive, you know. And all they did was give him glasses.
And a bad outfit.
You know.
It's like she's all that. Like that, she literally, you just change her out of her overalls and the glasses, and she's fucking gorgeous.
Wait, now I need to rewatch that movie. Yo, that was a good movie. And it's so funny because when She's All That came out, and you know you did too, we all thought it was a huge transformation. But now watching 100%. it as an adult, we're like...
Yeah, you're like, she just changed her clothes and took her glasses off and let her hair down.
Like,
that was it.
My God. It's like You Drive Me Crazy, that movie. And then the best one is Save the Last Dance with Julia Stiles.
God.
Oh my God. We all thought that dance combo at the end was the shit.
Life-changing.
Oh, life-changing. We were all like, yes, girl, kill it.
Point.
Dun, 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 dun. We thought that. Don't lie. You know you saw that film back in the day. You were like, yes.
I was like, she ate that shit. And I see it now.
She's a hip-hop dancer?
No, I can never.
You better get her into that school.
I can never dance like that ever.
And like, they're going to tell you in the audition, welcome to Julia.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you saw them. They were like, yeah, okay, like, this girl's got something.
She on that chair.
She was on that chair. Oh my God. I need to rewatch this movie.
That white girl has rhythm.
Yo.
Get her into Juilliard. Stat.
I was watching that TikTok last night. And Owen was like, what are you watching? And I was like, you've never seen Save the Last Dance? He's like, I don't know what that is. I was like, an infant. I'm dating an infant. But
Yeah.
I gotta show him all that.
We should watch one of those like really old
Oh
movies
my god.
and review it
Like
because Save the Last Dance is a fucking classic.
I remember when that came out in theaters and everybody was talking about it. Like that was
Hell
the
yeah.
movie. Shit, white girl moving to the hood, you know, trying to talk slang, dance hip hop. It was like, ooh.
Cringe.
And Kerry Washington still looks the fucking same.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
hasn't
And
aged.
in that club scene where they're like dancing and it's like really dirty and they're just like it's not really that bad.
Yeah.
God. What a classic.
That's such a good classic. Anyway, yeah. So I think that they needed to do more with that. Make him either really ugly or choose like an ugly actor. I don't know.
Yeah, not someone that good looking.
What film has been able to accomplish that? I mean, have we ever seen that like accomplished really well, where they really give a good makeover on someone?
I know, because even like Princess Diaries,
Yeah, she's
like
so
she just
pretty.
had bushy hair and a unibrow and the glasses, and then they just straighten her hair and take the glasses off, and I'm like,
And
ow! And I thought
Wax-
that was a huge transformation
right,
too.
and wax her eyebrows. That's it. Girl just needed
Right.
a perm and an eyebrow wax.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's
I'm
hard.
trying to think what other movie, and I can't think of any of them that have done.
What
like a
about
good
what about Betty La Fea? I mean, do you know Betty La Fea, Tracy?
Oh, Ugly Betty.
Ugly
Yeah.
Betty, the original.
I know, because even I
the
know both
original,
America
the one
Ferrera.
the soap opera.
the Spanish.
That
novella.
one, I was like, my mom watched it, and I remember that was it. I don't know, but I was really young, so I don't know if I see it now, it would be as significant as it was for me back then.
So it's what Ugly Betty is based from, Nikki.
Yeah.
It's just the original Spanish novella. And I think I'm with Nikki that when it came out, we were younger. So as a kid, you're like, oh my God, the transformation is big. I've never watched Ugly Betty, so I don't know if they give her a makeover or not. But,
I don't know either.
And Betty La Fea, they do. And she's
Right.
like gorgeous. And you're
Got
like,
it.
yeah, like they give her
I love
braces. They give her these thick glasses. Her hair is a mess. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I love how this movie is so bad that we ended up talking about transformations.
I love a good movie transformation.
Yo, I mean,
Yeah.
come
It's
on.
one of my favorite things.
It's like that. We're not even talking about the movie anymore. That's how bad the
That's
movie
what I'm
is.
saying. The
know.
movie was
It's
really
like-
bad. It fell so flat. Everything was like it was also like the build up wasn't even a build up.
The buildup
It
was
was
for
like
an
let's
hour
take it.
and brought us
No,
nowhere.
and also no, let's take like 3 steps on this escalator, and then you just stand there.
I just
That's how it felt.
the worst part for me was the conversation with him and his ex-wife.
That one was really fucking
That
because
was-
the conversation didn't have like
any meaning. I was like, what? And then at the end, when he's telling his students, go out there and be who you want to be. Be who you are.
what?
I was like,
No.
is this
And
supposed to be
then
inspirational?
It's I think that's what they wanted it to be. But then there's that scene when they're in bed, and maybe I'm just a bitter bitch in general because there's some
think all three of us
romantic
are.
scenes that I'm like cringe as fuck when she's like, oh, where do I need to sign the contract?
Oh, I
And she's
hated
like,
that. Oh.
and she's like, here, and I was like, ew,
Ew.
get me out
Ew.
of here. Because nobody talks like that.
I'm like-
Nobody.
Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so fucking bad. I was like, I know.
I was like, that is, please. No.
Because I honestly, I have a lot of girlfriends and we talk a lot, and none of us talk like that to our significant others. I don't know. It's too cheesy.
No, it's too cheesy.
It's
It's
really
too
cheesy.
much. It's too much. It's too cheesy. It's too much. I cringe. Please stop. I'm sorry, Glen Powell. Your writing gotta do better.
Okay. I know. Well, was this his first project maybe? So kind of a little bit of
Listen,
slack.
it's our opinion that matters the most. So I hope when he listens to it, he's like, you're right. Can I get your advice next time?
Absolutely. Give us a call. You have my number.
Exactly.
Okay, real quick. 2 things. One thing that bothered me is when he had finally is like, my name's not Ron, I'm Gary. And she's like, just get out of my house. Right? And then
I think
And then when he
comes,
come-
she did.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's also you're a criminal. Why are you freaking out?
Right.
I know. I'm like, you fucking killed your husband, and he just said that he was someone else, and he did it because of his job. So, calm down, sweetie.
Also,
But then he
super
comes-
predictable. That her reaction is like, oh no,
Oh,
she's
of
not
course.
gonna let her. Yeah.
Right. But then I feel like when he comes back, when he's supposed to confront her with the notes app and all that stuff, and then they never really discuss it, and then they're like, fine, and now they've killed someone together, and then they're happily ever after. I was like, wait, what?
Wait, Trace.
There's no
talking
I'll
about that.
forgive you.
When she opens the door, she's not even mad.
I know. I'd be like, what are you doing here? I told you to go away.
Yeah, she just and I was, in my head, I was thinking, isn't she upset about what just happened, a day before or earlier?
Yes.
And you're opening the door yay, you're here.
Yeah, so that super duper bothered me. And then, Nikki, when you were talking about the narration, I thought, oh, maybe he's telling his story from jail or something, isn't
That would have been better.
The narration, he's talking to someone. Mm-hmm. So either, he's doing an interview in prison or, whatever it was going to be. But it wasn't. So I'm like, wait, what was the whole point of the narration?
Threat level
then?
midnight? That Michael Scott is telling the fourth wall. He's breaking the
Right.
fourth wall and telling
Right.
the camera, at least.
But, we then give us more of that then. I don't know. Like you said, it just, wasn't enough. I don't know. I was confused by that.
Yes, girl, give us nothing.
Yeah.
That was underwhelming as well.
I really just I'm interested in learning about what went on behind the scenes. Why did they think this was a good idea? Why did they think this was a good writing?
I think it had potential and it just sort of went off the rails.
It definitely is an interesting story. I agree. I think there's
Like I said,
lot of potential, but
Yeah, if they had just gone with Gary Johnson, the hitman, and not included the love story.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest, that didn't happen in real life. Just like he didn't kill anybody, he also didn't fall in love with someone who was trying to hire him.
I thought that part was
No. I'm going to
Is that
give
in
you
fun
more
facts?
fun facts.
Okay.
Not specifically that, but anyway, but that love story, they were like, let's just include
Throw it
this.
in.
This will be fun. Yeah.
Well, let's just
And that
But
became
then-
such a major plot point.
But then also, if you think about it, it's if you the way it would have been, yes, focus on the hitman, but also give me these cases in depth. I wanna know every detail of why this person wants to get rid of that person.
yeah.
How bad is it that you it seemed every story is that person woke up that day and said, I don't want this person in my life anymore. That's how it seemed like. People don't make decisions like that.
No.
especially if you're quote unquote hiring a hitman, which, by the way, that's the only interesting thing I found out through the movie, is that they actually don't exist.
They don't exist? I thought I found that interesting too. I thought that was a lie. Like the movie lied about that. But
I don't think they exist, because I've heard like maybe 2-3 true crime stories about a hitman, but I don't think it's a thing. I don't think it's something like you can go on the dark web and find it. It's usually somebody. It's usually somebody that you know, or somebody that you're
it's
like. It's
a murder for hire.
Yes.
Like a friend of a friend who knows someone who's like, hey, can you get rid of somebody for $2,000?
Mm-hmm.
Also, what would be interesting is understanding what made him go with these characters as the hitman.
And how much money were these people paying him?
Yeah.
Because it's like, take that money and start a new life. And I'm like, you can't start a new life with $5,000. There's no way. Not in this economy.
Or like that teenager who's like, kill my mom. Here's 25 cents.
Yeah, what was the story there? Why do you want to get rid of your mom?
Yeah.
Give me the dark shit. I need to know.
It's a lot.
They didn't give me anything, not even the D of dark.
It was just arc.
Literally.
Well,
yeah.
Should we just go into fun facts?
Yeah, I'm ready, because I have nothing
it.
else to say.
Damn.
Okay, because I am going to address some things that we did bring up, so hopefully get some clarity. But, okay, so as it mentioned in the beginning of the movie, this is loosely based on real life Gary Johnson. So I'm going to actually talk about a little bit of the real Gary Johnson and what they didn't include in this movie.
Okay.
So, all right. So, as mentioned, the huge plot point of the movie is when Gary, as Ron, meets Madison in the diner. Okay. Well, the real Gary Johnson did actually meet a woman who was being abused by her boyfriend. So, that is real. Like, he did meet someone, like a Madison. But he didn't fall in love with her and everything. It's just that Glen Powell, because what it was is this was an article from Texas Monthly about Gary Johnson. So it's in the article that he had met this woman. And I think Glen Powell saw that and sort of like zeroed in on this being like really interesting. And was like, oh, what if we like included that in the movie?
Wow.
The real Gary Johnson did use disguises, but Glen Powell really ran with a lot of them and like pushed it to the extreme with these personas, like the Russian accent and all the wigs and the teeth. Like, obviously that was like exaggerated. He didn't do to that extent. Let's see. Real Gary did undercover work for the Houston PD for 30 years, starting in 1989. He was married and divorced 3 times.
Oh my God.
And yeah, there's no record of him having any children. He told people that he worked in human resources downtown to be vague when people asked him what he did for a living, and he couldn't say what he actually did. Okay. Here's that pie, all pie is good pie. So that actually was a real line that he used. So what happened was Johnson would suggest, he loved meeting at Denny's.
Okay.
That was like one of his favorite spots to meet. And it was like a secret code word to use for his clients. So when they would walk in and they would see him like eating pie, and they would say, that looks like good pie. And Johnson would reply, all pie is good pie. So, Nikki, you were right. That
see,
was like a code.
That's so good. That I wish that they would have used it more, though, because that's interesting.
Right. And that's how people would know that this is who I'm supposed to be meeting.
That's how you take us on a journey with a character.
Right.
Oh, they didn't do that.
He was once injured on the job. So while he landed his first gig as a fake contract killer in 1989, Johnson reportedly worked smaller cases as an investigator for the DA, the district attorney, where he'd help with car theft cases and gathering evidence. And in 1986, he got shot during an arrest, sustaining injuries to his leg and foot, which left him out of work for a week. That doesn't seem long enough.
No.
But
Yeah.
That's
That's
scary.
a little dangerous, yeah. He did teach at a community college twice a week, but he actually taught human sexuality courses and general psychology. His dream in life was actually to be a full-time psychology college professor.
Okay.
But that didn't happen. Let's see. Johnson had experience in law enforcement before his prolific career as a fake contract killer. He served as a military policeman overseeing convoys in Vietnam. When he returned home, he worked as a sheriff's deputy in Louisiana, then relocated to Port Arthur, Texas, where he started his work as an undercover officer trying to bust drug dealers. Okay, and then a couple things about the movie. So that whole scene that we were talking about with the phone and the notes on it, and Nikki, you were saying like it was so exaggerated with the hand motions and everything. Well, part of the reason is because they didn't rehearse it beforehand.
So they
Like
just
they went
winged
in, yeah. Like they just went into it.
You're not Meryl Streep. You can't.
I wonder if that would have
so-
should have helped their case or not. You know what I mean? To just kind of like improvise it.
Right.
I think they thought it was going to help them. You know, because
That was definitely a choice.
I'm thinking, they did that for her not to know what she was going to say next, and to make it quote unquote more believable. But if I'm an actress at her level, and you tell me that's what we're going to do, I myself be like, I'm not ready for that. You know, I'm also blind. So imagine, I'd be like, I'm like, I can't read. I can't read what it's.
Also, like, stop moving the phone. Wait.
Every time he did this, I kept thinking, this is like being in acting school and you're workshopping a scene, and then the teacher tells you, okay, like now you're gonna do it sitting on a chair with your hands under your legs, so you're not using their, like, I don't know. It was rough to watch.
It was rough. So I don't know if that explains some of it. So it wasn't rehearsed beforehand. So.
Great.
And then real quick. So the movie was independently filmed, and they had a small budget. So they were originally supposed to shoot in Houston, but because the tax costs and everything were just like totally outrageous, they ended up moving the location to New Orleans. I think it was more cost effective.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then Linkletter and Powell sold the movie to Netflix for $20 million.
Holy shit.
That's a lot
That's a
of
lot
money.
of fucking money.
Yeah. So.
And I'm sure Netflix made like 100 more because of those ratings of straight males.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, nobody.
Go ahead.
That's pretty much it. I mean, nobody wanted to fund this movie for them.
No, well,
So
I
that's
see
why they just like did it on their own.
I see why, and they ended up paying in the end because they got great ratings. I don't know how.
Right.
Well, we do know all these heterosexual men. One thing you just reminded me of, Tracey, when you were talking about the location of where they filmed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys catch that her house on the outside looked like a piece of shit, but then when they walk in, I'm like,
gorgeous and huge
and beautiful and renovated.
Yeah.
I was just like, is that on purpose? Is that a mistake? It just didn't match.
And I'm sorry, there's so many things, like you're starting a new life, already having sex with somebody else, which, you know, whatever, women empowerment, but how are you trusting men so fast? And then second, you're starting a new life and your home is full on fucking furnished.
Right. Full on
You're
furnished.
all set. It took 3 days.
And
also,
go ahead.
sorry, it's real quick. Like when she's in the diner and he asks her, like, what do you do for work? And she's like, oh, my husband won't let me work. How did she get the money?
That.
There's so many
And
questions.
the way that they immediately jumped into this role-playing relationship where she plays all these different characters.
Oh, like the stewardess.
Yeah.
And she's
I was just like,
like, get ready for a bumpy ride.
Yeah, I was just like,
Turbulence is
there
on
was
the
no
way.
kind of build up to that. It was kind of like, oh, this is what we're doing. Like,
Yep.
like
It is
was,
interesting.
there was no journey. Like,
Right.
it was.
It would make more sense at the end after she knew what he did for a living.
Probably.
Like, well,
No,
I
but-
can wear disguises too.
Yeah.
You know,
'Cause
they
I
threw
think
that in the middle.
That's when
Yeah, I get it.
ending moment when she was like, oh, and I have the costumes too, or whatever. I'm just like, girl. Like, okay,
Bad.
if you say so. Like,
She did say so.
yeah.
I'm telling you that it went from her being afraid of her life to I trust this guy with my whole life.
And she's good at
And also,
costumes.
when
and
he
role-play.
pulls out the gun, and she's like, "He's a professional." I was like, "Where did this come from?"
Yeah,
I know.
I didn't
Yeah,
know he
motherfucker.
carried a
I'm like-
gun. By the way, why does he have a gun?
Yeah.
He's not a cop.
Right. Yeah.
But
I don't
also,
know.
if I'm just started seeing this guy and he pulls out a gun, I'd be like, "Bye."
I'd be like, aye.
And no.
Right. And if you're so scared for your life, like from your abusive husband, and you have a chance to start over, I'd move clear across the country so he wouldn't find me. Because isn't that the whole point? That she's scared for her life?
Right.
No, she
That's
went
why
to
you want
the
him
bar that
killed.
he goes to.
Wait a minute. Hold on. They also didn't go into, like, I think, Nikki, you mentioned it. They never talked about the fact that she killed him. Like, how did she do it?
Yeah, they really brushed that under the rug. Huh?
Where did she
And
get the
cops
Where did
sorta
she
just
get the
gave
gun
up
from?
on it?
One. How did she plan it? Where did she do it? Where'd she put the gun? Like, oh, they just kind of brushed it under the rug. Oh yeah, I just told the cops that he was involved in a drug deal.
Huh?
Okay, where does that come from? Like, did he have a drug history? This is all coming back to me now, where I was just like, oh, okay. And the cops
Well,
are just
like,
going
same
to
thing
roll
with-
with it. Yeah, he had a
Same
drug
thing
history.
with Jasper, where they're like, oh, just put his card
This
somewhere
movie is
and
so
it'll look
fucked
like he
up.
overdosed and it'll be fine. Like, they don't even show any of what happens afterwards. It's like 5 years in the future and they have 2 kids and
Nothing.
like
Has
nothing.
Trey watched it, Nikki?
I don't think so.
I'm
It's so
almost-
funny that we just reviewed this because I think 3 weeks ago he told me, let's watch it. And I was like, hell no.
I kind of
There's-
want him to watch it now.
I'll tell him to watch it before he listens to the
Yeah,
episode.
don't give him any context.
Because, yeah, I don't want, but I also, I have this, like, thing with action movies for me have to be really fucking good. Like, I'm talking about Con Air situation. I'm talking about, you know, and I fucking, there's some cheesy lines in that movie, but that movie is so good and so fucked up.
That movie is cheesy as fuck.
It's cheesy, but the story is good. It's bad, and I cry at the end every fucking time. You know,
God, I need to go back and watch that movie
with the bunny, the
and his
fucking
long
bunny,
hair.
like his long hair, the music, everything. You know, that is an action movie. Independence Day, the original one, that is an action movie. Sometimes I see this like Netflix situation, and I'm like, I know this is not gonna be good, and I'm like speechless about the score that it got on Rotten Tomatoes and from the audience. You know, the IMDb one is a little bit more realistic, and I still think they went way too high. I would have given a 2-3 out of 10, you know, and 2-3 for effort. That's it.
Shit.
You know, hey, you're waking up and going to work, you know, I'm gonna give you something, you know.
Yeah,
but I think it was so
generous.
Waking up and going to work, but actually do the work.
Yeah.
And it's also an injustice to the person that they inspire the movie.
I see. Poor Gary Johnson.
Well, I don't know if this is good news, but he passed away in 2022, so he never did get to see the movie. That's what I'm saying.
And he doesn't have kids, so...
Yeah, exactly. He didn't get to see it, so that might be a good thing, because then he definitely would have been like, bye.
Good for
him. No. That was really, really bad.
I know.
Really,
like,
really
I kind of hate that it's like this person who lived an interesting life and had this interesting career, and it just sort of took like a very small part of that and then just did whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw that at the end, that it was like he didn't kill anybody and the whole thing with Madison didn't happen, I was like, then what was the point of like basing it off of this guy? Just like completely change all of it. Like, you're not even basing it off of true events, it feels like. I don't know. And it's not like even set in Houston. Like, nothing.
Yeah. Well, guys, as you can see,
we loved it.
Think it was great.
Yeah. Go watch it,
Go
Stat.
watch it and then come back and tell us what you think.
I would give it, like, all the thumbs down. It's that bad. And you know what? If you, not even, because I'm gonna tell Trey to watch it just to experiment.
Because he's a bro, so
he is a bro.
If he likes
but
it.
I wouldn't even do that to him. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe
Did he watch
like
Roadhouse?
Maybe
Maybe he will like it. That's what it is.
Roadhouse, he said, like, he said kind of like it was fine. Like, he wasn't, you know, overly excited about it.
So maybe he won't like this. I'm intrigued.
His tasting in films have gone up a little bit after he's
brushed off on him.
Hell yeah! I'm like, don't settle for shitty ass movies.
Mm-hmm. There's too much out there that's good. So
yeah. Again, like, you think action, like good action movies, like Gladiator, you know, it's a story. Tell me the story of this character. Don't tell me 10 different stories halfway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the narrator, I forgot that he was narrating.
I actually don't even remember that part.
And I love a good over voiceover narrate. Yeah.
Look at Joe and you.
Oh, true. I only watched like the first 2 seasons, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, I have nothing else to add to this piece of shit.
Damn.
I give it a thumbs down.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, this isn't great, but whatever. And then, like, now the more that we're just...
What the hell is that?
Whoa!
It's a thumbs down. Thumbs down, thumbs down. Oh! That's how I feel about the movie.
It rained on my parade, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
for real.
Yeah, and then when we talked about it, I was like, yeah, actually, there were a lot of things wrong with it.
Yeah, the more we talk about it,
Yeah.
it's like...
Yeah, like if we're really going into it, bad. But at like surface level, if you aren't into like artsy stuff and whatever, and you're just like, oh, put it on, then okay, maybe this is for you. But if you actually care about good plot-driven, character-driven movies,
Yeah. Yeah. That was really bad. Maybe like if you like smoke a little bit, you know, get a little bit, you know,
Liddy.
maybe then, you know,
that
you'll
requires
enjoy it
too much
more.
effort to try to enjoy a film. That's sad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I guess that's it. Guys, I'm having my first drink today after like almost 4 weeks.
Ooh, what are you gonna drink?
You know
Rosé.
it, baby.
Aperol spritz.
Little vino.
Oh.
No, I don't want to make anything.
Oh.
Not even a drink.
Today I'm gonna have rosé.
rosé, baby.
Maybe I'll have a Presidente beer in honor of America's birthday.
Of our poor El Presidente.
Yeah, Presidente
dementia.
from DR. I'll do Presidente from Dominican Republic, who's actually young.
Who should be running
yeah.
the country. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, happy
Yikes.
4th of July, everyone, if it is even a happy 4th. But thanks for listening.
But be safe out there.
Be
I
safe.
mean, you'll probably listen to this, you know, in a week after. So,
Yeah,
Thank you for
hopefully you
listening
didn't set
today.
any fireworks off and
You made it.
burn off any
Yes.
fingers.
You made it through the day.
oh,
Remember to
yeah.
take your
And,
Prozac.
Follow us on TikTok, on Instagram. Email us if you want us to cover any of those fun films, TV series, documentaries, whatever you want. We will cover that. And that's it. Give us a rating on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, all the good things. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
See you next week.
Ciao.
Bye!